This isn't gonna make any sense. Sometimes I wonder if I'm taking after the bird. Paper is not gonna hold it. I don't have a tripod right now. Yeah, I do. It just doesn't work. I got plasticware, so that cuts out one thing that, why not? I live by myself. I used to talk fluent on here, and I'm not doing that now. I know why. I think I'm gonna run out of time. That's another hint for how life works. Because, like, you could tell a big, long story in Chinese, and you wouldn't care if your English friends heard you. Because you don't care that they don't hear that you're talking about them because you're talking another language anyway. No, you said that their dress is pretty when really you said their house things like wild cats and dirty cotton balls. And that probably isn't even something that makes sense. But here's the thing. There is a tree. There was a tree. Well, there still is a tree because it's in here. It's called the Tree of Wise. Let me explain. Hang on. I gotta get my pen. The pencil that the bird stole from me yesterday. There was a tree outside my window. Okay, it doesn't really matter if I can draw my window because I've got it right there. That's what I mean about the hard way. I do everything the hard way. Now, there's houses here now, but I had just moved into this house. It was probably 2013 because I moved in 2012. I looked up and there was one tree that stuck out above all the other trees. It stuck out above the rest. And it was simply shaped like a Y. All right, then, let's get this really quickly done. I just said to myself, sort of like, this traffic is going slow today. Slow as pond water. Or someone made it, okay, that's been around a lot longer probably than traffic, I guess. Anyway, it was there a couple years. Mine just thought, oh, a tree of wide. I know all trees are shaped like that'd be like calling cars the cars of circles because they ride on circles. I know that. That's not the point. The point is that it stood out above the rest. All right, well, the shape of it was a Y, and it was sort of in the shape of a Hebrew letter. One day, this is another day, I missed a part. As I was standing out next to the Tree of Wise, I thought, well, wise sounds like wise. Like W-I-S-E, that's not seen at all. W-I-S-E, which it should be a Z because it sounds like a Z. For some reason, we're notorious for this. I don't know what we do that for. Like we fell asleep on that part. There's no, hence the reason I think God made gay men for them to put this in there and to emphasize it. And we can't stand it. Well, maybe he can't stand that we put Z's into everything that we're supposed to be an S. Like his, where'd the Z come in? Never happened to hiss, huh? Because there's not two S's, so it has to be two S's for it to be a hiss. One S is a Z. So then why not just put a Z? No, I do not see. There you go, Nazi. See what happens when you do stuff like this? I was going to learn Hebrew, so I got an app on my phone. I poked in the shapes I saw. I can only look at the shapes, right? Because I don't know Hebrew. I typed the shapes. I typed them. It popped back up and said wood. And that was interesting because I thought, well, if the trees know what they're made of, shouldn't I? It was just the Tree of Wise. And so in my mind, it was an inside joke. Well, in 2015, they cut down all these trees. And I had my camera in the window filming it for whatever reason, maybe because I film everything and that was something that's only going to happen once and it was pretty important to me. I'm used to looking out at this tree, okay? Well, they cut everything out except they did not cut the one that was my Y tree until the very end. In fact, they cut everything down. They were already moving back to the back. 2 weeks into it, I think, and they got to that tree. But what I noticed when I read it, not the tree, but the whole line of trees, I put in the shapes and it translated to more. What I noticed about that tree when I went over close to it, for once, that they told me it was dead. If it's that tall, how's it standing? If it's dead, whatever. They tried to act like that's why they were cutting it down, but they were cutting it down for the houses. And I almost put a sign on instead of, if you knew what this tree said in Hebrew, you wouldn't touch it. But I didn't. Anyway. It always stayed the Y. It didn't have leaves. It didn't have any leaves, but you couldn't tell that it didn't have leaves below the neck because it seemed like it did. And that only is because it had a little bitty tree next to it. One little bitty branch at the top is what it had with leaves on it. Just one. And I sat in that window for 2 or 3 weeks. It took me that long to get the courage to go tell him, could you save the top of that tree and set it by my house? That's interesting, isn't it? They did cut that tree down when I left for a 30-minute appointment. I thought, well, maybe because of my car, but I don't think that's it. All these other trees also could have fallen towards me. I had told them I want the top of that tree when you cut it. I wanted to sand it and stuff, and that's where my stick whittling started. When I got back, they hadn't done that. They had left for the day, and my tree was down there. Anyway, that's what my Y tree was all about. When I called it the Tree of Wise, I was like, sounds like wise and wise. Well, that really fits the story because, I thought that tree was special. It was. Well, to me, but just because it's special doesn't mean that to knock it out. Yeah, this is already 10 minutes of filming, and that's long enough video to explain the Tree of Wise. Many say I think deep, and that's not a thought, you see. That's just me recognizing the shape. And what is the opposite of thinking deep? Shallow? You know, I've heard people say, man, you're just too shallow. Not to me, to someone else. Okay, that's not a good thing either. Where should we be, huh?